Hello, it is so good to see you here today. I am happy you are listening to this story. Please sit down, take a deep breath, relax your shoulders. Today, I want to tell you a very special story. This is a story about a young boy named Leo. Leo was just like you and me. He was not a superhero. He did not have magic powers. He was a simple boy living in a small, quiet town. But Leo had a big dream. He wanted to change his life. He wanted to speak English. He wanted to be a person that others looked up to. This story is long. We will go on a journey together. We will see how Leo changed. We will see his mistakes. We will see his tears. And we will see his smile. As you listen, I want you to feel the words. Do not worry about difficult grammar. I will use simple words. I will speak slowly. This is your time to learn. This is your time to grow. Let us begin our journey with Leo. Chapter 1: The Boy Who Was Afraid. Leo lived in a house with a red roof. His room was small. It had one window. Through that window, Leo could see the big mountains far away. Leo often looked at those mountains. He thought they were like his dreams. They were beautiful, but they felt very far away. Leo was a shy boy. When people talked to him, his face became red. He looked at his feet. He did not know what to say. In school, the teacher would ask a question. Leo knew the answer in his head, but he was afraid to speak. He thought, what if I say it wrong? What if the other children laugh at me? So, Leo stayed silent. He stayed in the shadows. One day, Leo saw a man in the town square. The man was a traveler. He was talking to a group of people in English. Leo stood far away. He listened. The language sounded like music to him. It sounded like a bridge to the whole world. Leo went home that day and looked in the mirror. He said to himself, I want to speak like that. I want to tell the world my story. But then, a small voice in his head said, you are just a boy from a small town. You are not smart enough. You are too shy. Leo felt sad. He sat on his bed and cried a little bit. This was Leo's first struggle. He was fighting with his own fear. But then, Leo remembered something his grandfather used to say. His grandfather was a wise man with a kind smile. His grandfather said, Leo, a big mountain is just a lot of small stones. If you move one stone every day, one day the mountain will be gone. Leo wiped his eyes. He thought about the stones. He did not need to be perfect today. He only needed to move one stone. This was the first lesson Leo learned. You do not have to be great to start, but you have to start to be great. Chapter 2: The Power of Small Steps. The next morning, Leo woke up early. The sun was just coming up. The birds were singing. Leo took a small notebook. It was a cheap notebook with white pages. He wrote one word on the first page. The word was hello. He looked at the word. He said it out loud. Hello. He said it again. Hello. His voice was thin and weak, but he said it. Then he wrote another word, friend. Hello, friend, Leo said to the empty room. He felt a little bit silly, but he also felt a little bit proud. That day, when he went to the market, he saw the lady who sold apples. Her name was Mrs. Rosa. Usually, Leo just pointed at the apples and gave her the money. But today, Leo took a deep breath. His heart was beating fast. He looked at Mrs. Rosa. He smiled a tiny smile. Hello, Leo said. Mrs. Rosa looked up. She smiled back. Hello, Leo. How are you today? Leo did not know how to say I am doing well in English yet, but he understood her. He nodded and smiled. He felt like a hero. He had moved his first stone. When Leo went home, he wrote in his notebook, today, I spoke. I am not afraid of hello. This is a very important lesson for you, my friend. Many people want to learn English in one day. They want to be perfect immediately, but that is not possible. Life is like a ladder. You cannot jump to the top. You must climb one step at a time. If you learn one new word today, you are better than you were yesterday. If you say one sentence today, you are winning. Leo learned that discipline is not about doing a lot of work. Discipline is about doing a little bit of work every single day. Leo decided he would learn 5 new words every day. Only 5. It seemed small, but Leo knew that 5 words a day would be 35 words a week. In a month, it would be more than 100 words. Leo was happy. He was starting his journey. Chapter 3: The Mistake and the Laugh. A few weeks passed. Leo was feeling better. He knew about 50 words now. He could say the sky is blue and I like bread. One day he was at the park. He saw a group of boys playing with a ball. One of the boys was named Tom. Tom was loud and liked to tease people. Leo wanted to be brave. He walked up to the boys. He wanted to ask if he could play. In his head, Leo practiced the sentence, "Can I play with you?" But when he opened his mouth, he got confused. He was nervous. Can I eat with you?" Leo said. The boys stopped playing. They looked at Leo. Tom started to laugh. "Eat with us. Do you want to eat the ball, Leo? You are so strange." The other boys laughed too. Leo's face turned very red. He felt hot. He felt ashamed. He turned around and ran away as fast as he could. He ran all the way to the river. He sat by the water and felt like his heart was breaking. "I knew it," Leo whispered. "I am stupid. I made a mistake. They laughed at me. I will never speak again." He took his notebook out of his pocket. He wanted to throw it into the river, but then an old woman sat down near him. She was wearing a straw hat. She was a teacher who had retired many years ago. Her name was Miss Mary. Miss Mary looked at Leo. She saw his red eyes. "Why are you sad, little one?" she asked in a soft voice. Leo told her what happened. He told her about the mistake. He told her about the laughing boys. Miss Mary laughed gently, not a mean laugh, but a kind one. "Leo," she said, "do you know how many times I have made mistakes? I have made thousands of them." Leo looked at her. "Really? But you are a teacher." "Yes," Miss Mary said, "and that is why I am a teacher, because I made mistakes and I learned from them. Mistakes are not your enemy. Mistakes are your teachers." She picked up a small stone and dropped it in the water. "The water ripbles," she said, "but the river keeps flowing. Your life is a river. A mistake is just a small ripple. Do not let it stop your flow." She told Leo that people who laugh at others are usually afraid themselves. They laugh because they don't have the courage to try what Leo was trying. Leo looked at his notebook. He did not throw it in the water. He learned a big lesson that day: honesty with yourself. He realized that it is okay to be a beginner. It is okay to be bad at something before you are good at it. The only real failure is when you stop trying. Leo stood up. He looked at Miss Mary. "Thank you," he said. He went home and wrote a new sentence in his notebook: "I'm not afraid to make mistakes. Mistakes help me grow." Chapter 4: The Secret of Time. As Leo grew older, life became busier. He had more chores to do. He had to help his father in the garden. He had more schoolwork. Sometimes Leo felt tired. He would come home and want to just sleep or sit and do nothing. He started to skip his English practice. One day he skipped, then 2 days, then a week. He thought, "I don't have time. I am too busy. I will do it tomorrow." But tomorrow never came. One evening he saw the traveler again. The traveler was now leaving the town. Leo wanted to say goodbye, but he realized he had forgotten many of the words he had learned. He felt a deep sadness in his chest. He was losing his dream because he was busy. That night, Leo sat with his mother. His mother was a hard-working woman. She cooked, she cleaned, she worked in the fields, but she always found time to read her favorite book for 10 minutes before bed. Leo asked her, "Mama, how do you find time to read? You are always working." His mother smiled and touched his hair. "Leo," she said, "we do not find time. We make time. Time is like a piece of cloth. If you don't cut it carefully, it will just be a mess. but if you plan, you can make a beautiful shirt. She told him that everyone in the world has the same 24 hours. The king has 24 hours. The beggar has 24 hours. The difference is what they do with those hours. Leo realized he was spending a lot of time sitting and worrying. He was spending time watching the birds or complaining that he was tired. He decided to make a plan. This is called time management. He decided to wake up 30 minutes earlier than everyone else. Those 30 minutes would be his English time. No distractions, no phone, no chores, just him and his notebook. He also found small pockets of time during the day. When he was walking to school, he would practice his words. When he was washing the dishes, he would talk to himself in English. I am washing a plate. The plate is white. The water is warm. He realized that you don't need 3 hours of free time to learn. You just need many small moments of focus. Leo became very good at using his time. He was not rushing. He was just being smart. He learned that consistency is the key to success. Doing a little bit every day is much better than doing a lot once a week. Chapter 5: Building Confidence. Leo was now 14 years old. He was becoming a young man. He was no longer the little boy who hid in the shadows. His English was getting better. He could read simple books. He could understand the songs on the radio, but he still felt a little bit nervous when talking to strangers. He lacked confidence. One day, his school announced a contest. It was a storytelling contest. Students had to stand on the stage and tell a story in front of everyone. Leo wanted to do it, but his heart felt heavy with fear. What if I forget the words? What if my voice shakes? He went to see Miss Mary again. She was sitting in her garden, watering her roses. Miss Mary, Leo said, how can I be confident? I feel like a small mouse inside. Miss Mary put down her watering can. She led Leo to a mirror in her house. Look at yourself, Leo, she said. Leo looked. He saw a boy with messy hair and honest eyes. Confidence is not thinking you are better than everyone else, Miss Mary said. Confidence is not being afraid of being yourself. She told him a secret. Everyone on that stage will be nervous. Even the teachers are nervous sometimes. The secret is to use that nervous energy and turn it into excitement. She told Leo to practice power poses. She told him to stand tall with his shoulders back and his head high. When you act brave, your mind starts to believe you are brave, she explained. Leo began to practice. Every day, he stood in front of his mirror. He stood tall. He looked into his own eyes. He said, my name is Leo. I have a story to tell. I am a learner. I am proud of myself. At first, he felt silly, but after a week he felt different. He felt stronger. The day of the contest came. The school hall was full of people. Leo's parents were there. His friends were there. Even Tom was there. When Leo's name was called, his legs felt like jelly, but he remembered Miss Mary's words. He stood tall. He took a deep breath. He walked to the center of the stage. He looked at the audience. He did not look at the floor. He began to tell his story. He told the story of a boy and a notebook. He told the story of the apple and the ball. He spoke clearly. He spoke slowly. Sometimes he made a small mistake, but he did not stop. He just smiled and kept going. When he finished, there was a moment of silence. Then, everyone started to clap. They clapped so loudly. Leo saw his mother wiping a tear. He saw his father smiling. He did not win the first prize. A girl named Sarah won the first prize. But Leo did not care. He felt like a winner. He had conquered his fear. He had found his voice. He learned that confidence is a muscle. You have to exercise it every day to make it strong. Chapter 6: The Value of Hard Work. Leo was now finishing school. He wanted to go to a college in the big city, but the college was expensive. His family did not have much money. Leo knew he had to work hard. He got a job at a local library during the summer. He worked from morning until evening. He cleaned the shelves. He organized the books. He helped the visitors. At night, he studied for his entrance exams. He was often very tired. His friends were going to the river to swim. They were playing games and having fun. Sometimes Leo felt lonely. He wondered, is it worth it? Why am I working so hard while others are playing? One night, he was talking to the head librarian, a man named Mr. Clark. Mr. Clark was very old and had read almost every book in the library. Mr. Clark, Leo asked, does hard work always pay off? Sometimes I feel like I am running and the finish line is moving away. Mr. Clark took a book from the shelf. It was a book about trees. Look at the oak tree, Leo, Mr. Clark said. It grows very slowly. For the first few years, you don't see much growth above the ground. But deep under the earth, the roots are growing. They are becoming strong and wide. He looked at Leo over his glasses. When the storm comes, the trees that grew fast and have shallow roots fall down. But the oak tree stands. Why? Because it did the hard work underground first. Mr. Clark told Leo that hard work is not just about the result. It is about the person you become while you are working. The discipline, the patience, and the strength you are building now will stay with you forever, he said. The money may come or go, but your character is yours to keep. Leo understood. He stopped looking at what his friends were doing. He focused on his own roots. He studied hard. He worked hard at the library. He saved every penny. He also used the library to practice his English even more. He read old newspapers. He read stories. He even started to write his own short stories. By the end of the summer, Leo had enough money for his first semester. He also had the best grades in his class. He learned that there are no shortcuts to any place worth going. Hard work is the bridge between dreams and reality. Chapter 7. The Beauty of Honesty. Leo moved to the big city to start college. The city was loud and busy. There were so many people. One day, Leo was walking to his class. He saw a wallet on the ground. It was a brown leather wallet. Leo picked it up. He opened it. Inside, there was a lot of money, more money than Leo had ever seen in his life. There was also a gold card and some papers. Leo's heart started to beat fast. He thought about all the things he could buy. He could buy a new computer. He could buy new clothes. He could pay for his next semester. Nobody saw me pick it up, Leo thought. Maybe this is a gift from luck. But then he felt a cold feeling in his stomach. He remembered his father's voice. His father always said, a man's word and his honesty are his most expensive treasures. If you lose them, you can never buy them back. Leo looked at the money, then he looked at a small ID card inside the wallet. It belonged to an old man who lived nearby. Leo took a deep breath. He knew what he had to do. He walked to the address on the ID card. It was a small, clean apartment. An old man opened the door. He looked very worried. His eyes were red as if he had been crying. Excuse me, sir, Leo said in his best English. I found this wallet near the park. I think it is yours. The old man looked at the wallet. He looked at Leo. He grabbed Leo's hand and started to thank him again and again. Oh, thank you, young man, the old man said. This money is for my wife's medicine. I was so scared. I thought I had lost it forever. The old man offered Leo some money as a reward. Leo shook his head. No, thank you, sir. I am just happy to help. As Leo walked back to his college, he felt light. He felt happy. If he had kept the money, he would have been worried every day. He would have been afraid of being caught. He would have felt like a thief. But now he felt proud. He had kept his treasure of honesty. He learned that being a good person is more important than being a rich person. Honesty brings a peace of mind that money cannot buy. Chapter 8. Self-Belief in Dark Times. College was not always easy. In his second year, Leo faced a very difficult time. He had a class called Advanced English Literature. The professor was very strict. Leo worked hard, but he failed his first big exam. Then he lost his part-time job because the shop closed down. Then he got sick with a bad cold and could not study for a week. Everything seemed to be going wrong. Leo felt like he was back in his small room, looking at the distant mountains. He felt like a failure again. Maybe I don't belong here, he thought. Maybe the city is too big for me. Maybe I should just go back home. He sat in the park, feeling very lonely. He watched the people passing by. Everyone seemed so busy and successful. He felt like a small leaf in a big storm. He called his mother. He was almost crying. Mama, I want to come home. I am not doing well here. His mother listened quietly. Then she said something Leo never forgot. Leo, look at the moon tonight, she said. Why, Mama? The moon changes every night, she said. Sometimes it is big and bright. Sometimes it is just a thin silver line, and sometimes you cannot see it at all. But even when you cannot see the moon, it is still there. It hasn't gone anywhere. It is just waiting for the clouds to move. She told him, your talent and your hard work are like the moon. Right now, there are clouds in your life, but you are still there. Your strength is still there. You must believe in yourself even when it is dark. Leo looked up at the sky. He couldn't see the moon that night. It was cloudy, but he knew it was there. He decided to stay. He decided to believe in the Leo who had moved the stones. He decided to believe in the Leo who had stood on the stage. He went to his professor and asked for help. He looked for a new job every day until he found one. He studied in the library until it closed. Slowly, the clouds started to move. He passed his next exam. He found a job at a bookstore. He felt healthy again. Leo learned that self-belief is not about thinking you are perfect. It is about trusting yourself to handle the hard times. It is about knowing that the sun will rise again, no matter how long the night is. Chapter 9. Never Giving Up. Years passed. Leo was no longer a boy. He was a man. He had graduated from college. He spoke English very well. He had a good job in a big office. But Leo had one more dream. He wanted to write a book. He wanted to tell a story that would help other children who were shy and afraid. He spent 2 years writing his book. He wrote about his journey. He wrote about the lessons he had learned. When the book was finished, he sent it to many publishers. He waited. A letter came. Thank you for sending us your book, but we are not interested. Another letter came. This story is too simple. We cannot publish it. 10 letters came. 20 letters came. All of them said no. Leo felt the old sadness trying to come back, but he was different now. He had the roots of an oak tree. He remembered the traveler. He remembered Miss Mary. He remembered Mr. Clark. He remembered that he had moved the stones one by one. I will not give up, Leo said. He looked at his book. He improved it. He made the words even simpler and more beautiful. He sent it to one more publisher, the 21st one. 1 month later, he got a phone call. Hello, is this Leo? Yes, Leo said. We love your story. It is simple, honest, and beautiful. We want to publish your book. Leo sat down on the floor. He felt a wave of joy. He had not given up. The book was published. It became very popular. People from all over the world read it. Children who were afraid to speak read it and felt brave. People who were learning English read it and felt they could do it too. Leo was invited to speak at a big conference. He stood on a stage much bigger than his school stage. He looked at thousands of people. He was not afraid. He was not shaking. He smiled and said, Hello, friends. My name is Leo, and I want to tell you that anything is possible if you move one stone every day. Chapter 10. The journey continues. Now, Leo is an old man. He lives in a house with a garden full of roses, just like Miss Mary. He still has his first notebook. The pages are yellow now, but he keeps it on his desk. Sometimes young people come to visit him. They ask him, Leo, what is the secret to a happy life? Leo smiles and gives them the same advice he gave himself. He tells them to be kind. He tells them to be honest. He tells them to work hard. But most importantly, he tells them to never stop learning. Life is a beautiful book, Leo says. Every day is a new page. You are the writer of your own story. Do not let anyone else hold the pen. Leo still practices his English every day. He reads new books. He talks to people from different countries. He knows that learning never ends. And that is the story of Leo. My friend, this story is for you. Now, I'm talking to you. Yes, you who are listening to my voice right now. Leo's story is not just a story, it is a mirror. Maybe you feel like Leo today. Maybe you are afraid to speak English. Maybe you think you are making too many mistakes. Maybe you feel like life is too hard and you want to give up. But I want you to remember Leo. Remember the small steps. Remember the one word, hello. You are doing a great job. The fact that you are listening to this story means you are moving a stone. You are building your roots. You are becoming an oak tree. Don't worry about being perfect. English is just a tool. It is a way to share your heart with the world. If you say I eat instead of I'm eating, it is okay. The world will not end. People will still understand your heart. Be patient with yourself. Be kind to yourself. Learning a language is like growing a garden. You cannot force the flowers to grow faster by pulling them. You must give them water, sun, and time. You are your own garden. Give yourself time. Practice every day, even if it is just for 5 minutes. Speak out loud. Talk to the mirror. Talk to your cat. Talk to the trees. Every time you speak, you are becoming stronger. Every time you listen, you are becoming smarter. I believe in you. I know you can do this. You have a beautiful voice. You have a beautiful story to tell. The world is waiting to hear it. A final word. Thank you for staying with me until the end of this story. It makes me very happy to know we shared this time together. I hope Leo's journey gave you some light and hope. If you enjoyed this story, please let me know. If you feel this could help a friend, please share it with them. We all need a little bit of motivation sometimes. If you want to hear more stories like this, you can subscribe to our channel. We will be here, waiting for you, with more words and more lessons. And please, give this video a like, it helps us reach more people who want to learn and grow. Now, take a deep breath, smile, go out and move your stone today. I will see you in the next story. Goodbye for now and keep learning. You are doing wonderful.